Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we are back in Tea Garden Simulator. But what? What has changed here? Well, basically everything. This is episode 5 in a little series, which was mostly focused on a very early version of Tea Garden Simulator, 2 leaves and a bud. And well, lots has changed since then, my friends. Because many teas have gone down my throat since the time we last checked this out, and there have been very few, if no, updates since then until now, and that is because basically the whole game has been reworked from scratch. Entirely new simulation model for everything, and so much more in depth. Especially for the tea brewing stuff, and we're going to take a look at that. So let's start a new game and see what's new here. If you haven't seen this before, I could recommend you check out the earlier episodes of this Let's Play, as we are checking out the very first version that was out there, and then you will also have a better clue of what has changed here and how impactful that actually is. We are already greeted by this menu down here with the weather prediction and lots more data, but also quite a bit more of descriptions. And look at that. Actual tea leaf compounds that are important for flavor and everything. That is definitely new. I think previously it was like 2 compounds that were tracked. And now it's what feels like an infinite amount, but no, of course it isn't. But yeah, like these 9-ish, yes. Also, all the menus, all the UI has completely changed. Oh, that's a nice little bug. I like it. Whoop, peeky. There you go. So we have a kind of tab menu structure here now, where we can go through and check things out. And when you're selecting a certain part of the UI in the viewport, you automatically get the view down here of the appropriate UI, and everything else basically has changed. So let me see. Well, it is mid-March, and we need to take a look at what is being done in mid-March. During March, the majority of the first flush tea harvest is completed. Because of the showers and newly blooming tea buds associated with this time of year, first flush tea has a springtime flavor. Okay. In order to obtain the highly sought-after 2 leaves and a bud combination, the leaves are harvested when they are still young. Okay, well, that sounds like a first flush green tea we're making first. So let's try that out right away. And later on, after we've tried to make our first tea here in this new version, I've played the tutorial before, which is still very bare bones, and this version is by no means finished. It's, again, a very early version, but of a very different game. This is even kind of like automation in terms of complexity when it comes to a different topic, though. So yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, we are then going to schedule some harvesting. That should be this one, yes. And let's do a 2 leaves and a bud. Some of the UI is still a little wonky, with bars being added instead of weighted averaged. But yeah, you can see the different what is in these. That you currently can harvest, which now also depends on the land and the weather. So those are the 3 main things. Like, oh well, it's the plant, it is the soil, it is the weather, and is that it? And the leaf type. It's 4. It's 4. Yes. So that is massive. So a lot of interacting dependencies there, which is great to see, because that means the skill ceiling is more than that of a mobile game, and with that I'm very much understating the complexities of what this is going to be when it's done, because this will be pretty brutal tea making game, the Dark Souls of tea making games, to state it with an overused analogy. Okay, so now let's pick all of those, and we can schedule this hand plucking. And there we go. So leaf plucking is scheduled for today. And we see here that there are quite a few fresh leaves on there. The age is 5 years. After 4 years you can start harvesting a tea plant, from what this game has stated to me prior. And I think now we can just progress to the next day, with a very slow timer. And we plucked 9 kilograms. Nice. So that is not enough to make enough tea though. So let's continue throughout March to just grab them and then try to not fuck up our first tea load. I think we probably also can let the fields rest a little bit. I believe there was some option in the previous version which allowed you to do that. And I don't know if that is in here just yet. Probably not. So now we can try and check out the tea inspector, the leaf inspector. Source components. Okay, so here we have a lot of source components. I don't know if that is... here you see the composition of what is in the holding area. That is very cool. So we have a few buds there. First leaf, second leaf. Yep. And then, look at that. We do have a list of... Well, this doesn't seem to update until you actually start production of it or processing of it. All the different compounds that are important for the taste of tea and the smell of tea and everything else. That is really cool that you can track those, and we're going to get to it. So let me see here. And this is for the different types of tea. So if I want to make a white tea, it's these that are important. If I want to make a green tea, it's these that are important, and so on. Alright, let's put another work day in here and see what we get. It's quite a few kilos there. It's still looking good. And this one hasn't significantly changed. Don't know why, but this probably should be changing according to how many of these newer leaves you have left, because I believe this is consistent here with the brighter color being these, and the older leaves being these, the third leaf, fish, and mother leaf. Alright, anyway, we are soon having enough, I believe, for our first... what is going to happen is that we will have to reduce the moisture content in what we have to below 10%. And we have a meter here. Oxidation levels, we are aiming for the green area here, as that is for the green tea. And yes, so that means that the total weight is going to shrink by a factor 10 at least, maybe a little bit more. So what I ultimately want here for the first little harvest is more than 20 kilos. Well, let's do another day. And that's 22. I think that is just about right. So we cancel the plucking there and let the plants rest a bit. And here you see the flavor tendencies: floral, fruits, and cream. That sounds like a pretty nice combination, I have to say. Yield is high, frame is good, leaf type is pretty large, I believe. Yes. Shoot, what was that? So it's really cool that they've put in all the descriptions here so that you... right, the short hairy structures on the bud, yes. Rooting depth and pest resistance. Nice. And here you have... Oh, right, that's the rooting depth there. And plant height, plucking table. All those fancy words for that. That's cool that it's so consistent with what the actual terminologies are in this field. That you will find yourself to be a be kind of a tea expert after you've played this properly, once it's done. I mean, right now I don't even know how much content there is, if you even can advance to higher levels yet. But this is a very good start, I would say, in terms of layout and complexities and so on. But yes, more about that once we get to making the tea, which is now. So stop babbling, Kilrom. We're going to start with sun withering. So we have, let's bring up this thing here again. So we have land purchase, land treatment, clone planting, plant treatment, plucking leaves, we are there, and then it's green, oolong and black tea and white tea. And we want to make a green tea now. So I think what we are going to do is, it has the indicators here of what is for what. Rolling machine is not for that, oxidation machine neither. Wok baking is the fixing. And then we need to dry it afterwards. We don't have anything for the shaping. I assume that unlocks a little later at higher levels, as that is a more complicated process, especially when you are... I guess you could mix them somehow as well. But yes, so what we're doing now is just sun withering, and it states here that arrive processing plant, so leaves moisture, ready for further processing. For the withering process for green tea is rather brief. Okay. That is good to know. So let's make it brief. What is brief? I don't know, but we shall find out. So there's that. Then we need, consider this one again, steaming fixing, which is this one. Then we need the wok machine. And then we need the drying roasting machine. Yes, okay, so this is our little process chain for green tea. And now, let's see if we can make this happen. We just drag and drop the leaves over here. And now we have our processing ready to go. Well, once we have set it up. So let's put this at 15 seconds. Can't quite reach it with the slider, which is a shame. This should have a mouse wheel control on it as well, which it doesn't. And this whole UI seems like way overdone in terms of way too many controls for the same thing. It's not as straightforward as it should be. Because now you have to set it there if you can't reach the number, and then press set timer as well. And now we have the countdown timer. Cool. How spread out? Well, I don't know. Let's do something about it. Let's have a slow ramp up and just do everything. Okay, is that ready? No, maybe go something like 70. Here, that is a really cool thing that is also new. It actually states what the effects will be on the leaf. And this sun withering has very little evaporation of those volatile aromatics in it. But moisture loss is pretty decent, and UV damage is very high, which is something that changes the leaf so that some flavors can develop. I don't exactly know how that works, but I guess that is how it's done. So UV damage actually something that you want in this situation. And if not, just do it on the inside. Should be fine. But for now, I think we can start the machine. And this is set for 15 seconds, so start that. And now press this one. That's the leaf inspector. We are on this machine, so we can follow along. So 15 seconds, and we can commence the factory work. And there, something's happening. This is the quality of, not white tea, we want green tea. Come on, show me the green tea. Oh yeah, it's rising. It's looking good. Oh, these aromas are increasing quite a bit. We have a bit of a bitter component there. Oh, stop the factory work. This is all fine? Yes. Good. So now we have a bit of a floral component, and I believe this was exactly when we stopped the machine. So they were still uptrending. Let's take the tea as is and start the actual baking of it. And how do we want to do this? Let's consult the map again. So we have the steaming fixing, and it says, blah blah blah. To stop oxidation, the tea leaves must be heated to about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that is That is, I believe I calculated it was 65 degrees Celsius. And, well, for how long then? That would be good to know. Just to have a rough estimate there. But I guess we'll find out that too. If our tea is absolutely awful, then we know that was the wrong setting. Cell damage, some oxidation. Ah, yes, okay. So we want to do this at a certain temperature until we have reached the correct level of oxidation. Because what you do in the final drying phase is to not further oxidize it, but rather just reduce the moisture. So we want to do this until it is ready in terms of how oxidized it is. And I think I want to go for if it's a spring thing, I don't want to oxidize it too much. I think I'm aiming for around, what was it? Between 10 and 20, right? Yeah, let's aim for a little on the low end of that scale. So peak target was, this is in Celsius, supposedly. You can go to 200, holy shit. Okay. Let's do it at 70. And the ramp can be a little slow. Maybe something else happens then. And we are just going to set it to 30 seconds for now. And then we can always stop the machine and quickly pull out the leaves when we see that it's getting oxidized too much. So 29 is a bad time. Set it to 30. This is very clunky. We are going to... we have... Yes, okay. We can start the machine and go to the leaf inspector. I would love to have them both on screen, by the way, because you don't need anything in this area of the screen, in this top area at this point. I would love to have this control to see what's going on, how the settings are. At the same time, I want to see this, but flipped the other way around. So it's like this goes on top and then the leaf inspector's underneath, so that the leaf inspector there shows up here and then this big panel is up there. I think that would be a nice combination to be able to have that on screen. Anyway, I think we are ready here. We have some kind of floral, fruity aroma, sweet vegetable. No, sweet is there. Vegetal is there. Alright, a little bit spinach. But, okay. 21 kilos remaining. That means not much water has gone out of these. And we need to reach... Yeah, it looks like 10 was the kind of minimum for green tea. So if we aim for something like 12-ish? Because it's... I mean, it's a spring aroma. You don't want to overdo it in getting harsher in taste. Because an oolong is quite a bit different than a green tea in that oxidization thing. So anyway, I'm going to start this now after... this is too stressful for myself. This is so stressful. Tea making is stressful. No. Factory work? Can we commence? We are looking at the teas. Ah, this is, by the way, a little weird. Oh? Does it still... Okay. Well, we are losing some of this stuff. And we are slowly... Up. Stop. This is about as far as I want to go. We've lost a little bit of moisture here as well. Where are the other teas? Oh! White tea quality would still be somewhat fine. And the black tea is just about to start to come up there. Alright. But now, green tea there. So we still have some of these substances in there. A little bitter. Ugh. Okay. Well, green tea tends to be a little bit bitter, but this is... It shouldn't be as bitter as fruity. Anyway, I think we are going to pull this one out of there. We're going to stop the machine and start putting it into the roaster, as we already have fixed it. This should make it work. So let's see. Lower temperatures will probably continue to kind of bake it, so let's put it at a pretty high ramp up. And what we're going to do is bake it at 50 degrees is minimum. How about 80-ish degrees? Yeah. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Although that will take forever to pull the moisture out, right? But we don't want to necessarily cook them either. Let's go for 90. And timer, set the timer. Why can't I set the timer? Oh, there, now. And we start the machine. So start the machine, go there, see what happens. This is not taking the history of the leaf into account at this time, which it should. So I assume that is going to come. But so now it will just jump up to where it currently is once you commence the work. So there we go. And it's we're losing, continue to lose this, and you see the floral component and the fruity component is being dragged down because of it. This is going to be a shit tea, isn't it? Oh man, so much more to go. No more chloroplasts in there. Barely a quality 1 tea. Oh, we're losing so much. Oh no. Okay, let's test something. I want to reduce the moisture by baking it at 150 degrees now. It can't get much worse, so let's do this instead. Set the timer and start the machine. Pause here, and then we step forward, because that is something that you can do. And ooh, this has lost a lot. Oh no, it was running all the time. Okay, 60. Oh yeah, that steps down quickly. So yes, 11 kilos remaining. Now we have no hexanol left. But as you can see, now that this hexanol stuff is out of it, we're basically there. Like nothing more changes apart from evaporation, it seems. So let's just continue here, and we should see it continue down. Yep, the moisture is slowly being dragged out of it. We still have 4 kilos. We need to reset that timer. Start the machine again. And stop. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. It just started to run off by itself. We do want to be careful about the stepping. So now we're down to 2 kilos. There, ready for set. Okay. Let's check it out. What do we get? So we have the leaves right there. Here we have our sales. Oh, wow. Okay. Does it really drop that much? Like from $97 per kilo to just 12? Holy shit. That's a massive drop. So we have produced a rather mediocre, no, not even mediocre, a rather poor green tea. And it is supposedly just about drinkable, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm not so convinced. Wasn't there something in here? Tea grade, compare the tea. Oh, what is this? Bitter 2.5. Okay. Your tea. Ooh, shit. Okay, here you get the actual results. Wow, this is bitter. It does have some really nice components in it. Like almost 2 floral and 1.5 fruit. And a little bit of wood and nuts and cream. Yeah, it's not too bad. But then bitter 2.5. That sucks. Okay. Well, shall we compare the tea? It's a match. It's a green tea. You basically have managed to actually make a green tea. So the very first achievement here, level 1. This is kind of your general career guide, how you go through this. Yeah, we finished the first task. That's good. So now we need to sell it. And this actually sells for... No, we don't want to sell the machine. Want to sell the tea for $163. We are rich, boys. We're rich. So now we sold it. And now let's stop the machine. Stop the machine there. It's all good. Now I think we let the field rest a little. Or maybe check out... what do we have here? So in March, this is plant growth. Is pretty solid. In April it's down. So what do we need to do for April? The first flush, which occurs in March and April, gradually fades away. Okay. Things are quiet. There's more time needed for the plants to recuperate. Okay, yes. The plants need attention now. Pruning trees and removing fish leaves may be necessary to make room for the second flush, which is in May. Right? The second flush occurs in May, yes. Okay, you can see that for plant growth there. That makes sense. Yeah. So I guess in April we're just going to wreak havoc on the fish leaves then, and just take away those. Make some room for the fresh leaves, and maybe we can make some oolong out of it also, because we won't just throw them away. We make something out of it. And look how massive the effect is on the various components here for different weathers. Oh man. Okay. Holy shit. Yep. That is interesting, and basically nothing there in January because they're there's not much going on there. Lying dormant. Okay, now what do we want to do now? Wait a day or two, and then do another harvest, and wait a day or two and do another harvest, and then we can make. What are we supposed to make? Let's check out. We are supposed to make an oolong tea and black tea. I think we can make first flush black tea. Bitter and sweet. Oh wow. Okay, we have the bitter stuff down. Spring green tea. Oh well. That was kind of what I was wanting to go for there, but that didn't happen. You know what? Before we lose too much of a full growing season, why not buy another piece of land and try to plant some tea plants there, some clones? I think we're going to do that. pH. Ooh. Right. That is very low. That's very acidic. And no nutrients whatsoever. This is a shit piece of land. But I'm going to buy it anyway. Because we need to keep our workers busy with something. So, wait a sec. We want to do... we don't want to lower it. No, we do want to bring it up. So it will be 5 afterwards. That's pretty much perfect. A pH value of 5. Yeah. So let's apply that treatment. And I would say when he is done, or maybe in 2 days' time or something, we can start to harvest again. Just leave them a little bit of room to grow. 3 days of pause. And no, I don't want to apply the treatment there and destroy it all. But rather, let's grab another set of leaves there and schedule for plucking. And fieldwork, let's grab it all, 12 kilos. Nice. And let's do another one there, or let's take a look at... Ooh, how can we get nutrients? Oh no! We have to wait until level 1 to actually put nutrients into the soil. That's a little unfortunate. This is just dead. Like, this is a... No, if it were a graveyard, it would be way more nutrient rich. No, so this doesn't quite work. Weed cleaning, fruit trees. Oh, interesting. Shade, artificial shades, and irrigation. Yeah, lots of things going on there. Seems interesting. But yeah, not having any nutrients in the soil might cause some issues, I feel. Ah, look at these. Oh, this is cool. Okay. We have a few different clones here. That was also part of the original demo that was out there, or demo in the original version, in early access version. So these all have different kinds of characteristics, as you would expect, and different flavor profiles, and aromatic chemicals of this cultivar. Okay, derived from amino acids, has a fruity aroma, so you can see which ones of these are part of that. And oh, nothing is part of this one. What do we have here? It was the 30, right? Let me check the plant. TV30. Okay, so we should take something that isn't TV30 for this one. I think, just to have a little bit more variation. This one, yeah, okay, it had this, and then we somehow made it very bitter on top of this. This one is the most expensive one, and this looks pretty nice. Leaf type pretty small, yield very not great. Okay, yeah, let's just plant those. Plant clone on farm for just $300. Like, how small is this? Is this like 2 square meters or something? This must be horribly expensive in real life. Okay, let's plant it there. And the next day, and we have 20 kilos. I think. Oh, look at him. Yeah, that's how I do gardening as well. I start with 1, 2, then I think like, oh shit, this is taking forever. I have about 100 more to do, and then I plant 3, and then I say, yep, now I'm done. And poof, everything appears. Nice. I think that should probably take more than a day to plant those. But that's just me. Alright. Plucking scheduled for today. No, I think we have destroyed our tea plants enough for now. Let's cancel this and wait for another 2 or 3 days and then go ahead with a final plucking. Alright, get them all. Plucking hell commences. Here we go. 32 kilos now. And there will be 40 in there in short order. And one final round of plucking after a rest day. Here we go. Yeah, got another few kilos there. That's nice. That should do for our black tea that we are starting to brew. Now, let's cancel all the plucking. And I think for... Oh, we need... Oh, yes, we need some different machines here. We do need a rolling machine. And we do need a... let's put the oxidation machine right there. Right, so now let's start to wither this stuff. And first of all, read what we need to do. I'm going for black tea right now. Oh. No, I'm going to go for the oolong. That's a very interesting process. We have the bruising stuff, short oxidation, shaping. We don't have anything to shape. Then drying. Okay. Maybe we can do something similar here. A little bit of bruising and stuff. I guess we just see how it goes. So 47 kilos are in there. Now let me just check out how long these need to be withered, if there's any clue in here. Oh, we do have a problem though. It's April and there's no sun. Well, maybe not that great to have them out in the rain during the withering process. Okay, withering first. Let's go for 30 seconds. And we have them 70 feet apart. I doubt it, but okay. We set the timer and start the machine, and let's commence on destroying yet another beautiful tea. Hey, let's go. So what happens? Okay, this should clear the history of what was before. Oh, it's bitter from the start, but now the aroma is coming through. Yes. Oh, it builds up quite a bit of these components. Yeah, okay. Now it's starting to plateau. Stop it. Stop. This is already at its maximum. Nothing else can come from it. So we stop the machine. And now we go to... Let's take a look. We go to... should we try the bruising? And for that, we would have to go into the rolling machine. Yes. Better flavor profiles can be achieved by correctly utilizing... Yes, okay. So let me try something. we are going to do a very short amount of rolling this stuff around, like 7 seconds, and we're going to be a little gentle. We're going to be gentle, right? And speed it up slowly. Cell damage, evaporation, moisture loss. Evaporation, that's not great. Yeah, we'll be fine. So let's pop them in there and open up the leaf inspector. No, first start the machine and then open up the leaf inspector, having lost all the data again, damn it. And we go one step at a time. So we're losing a little bit of hexanol. And nothing happens? Maybe nothing happens yet because that first comes out when you actually do this process, the baking. That could be the case. So let's do the oxidation. Yeah, okay. Let's put the leaves in there. Stop the machine. Put it in there, and then how high should the temperature be? Okay, if we want to go down this route, yeah, I guess let's do the target here at like 90, 95 or 100, and ramp up is pretty quick, something like this, 40 degrees per time step. Timer, yeah, we want to do it just shortly, just a brief time, because then we can go back to bruising. Set this, start the machine, and bring up the leaf inspector, and maybe step through what's happening here. Oh, we don't want to take a look at green tea. We want to take a look at these two. Okay. Well, that's not good. I think we just destroyed our black tea. It's going to be oolong, guys. It's going to be oolong. Something happened along the way. No, it's recovering. It's recovering. The black tea is happening. Slowly but surely. Okay, yes, it's coming up. Why doesn't the oolong move? Oh, now it has... No, it has stopped because this one is done. So let's put it back into the roller for a sec. And do another start machine, leaf inspector, and step forwards. Ooh! Okay, now that one shot up. So there we have rolled this stuff. Boop, it's done. And back here, we're going to continue to properly cook it. And then, oxidize it. So we start the machine, leaf inspector. Yeah, not looking good, is it? But we're just at the start of it. So step forwards, type oolong. Okay, we have embarked on oolong territory, and we're making the best black tea ever. Look at this. It's going up. It's continuing to go up. This is going to be a respectable black tea, isn't it? Oh, yes. Maybe we want to cook it a little bit more. Oolong doesn't seem to care. Do we want to do some more rolling stuff? No, probably just want to continue baking it. So set the timer again, and we'll just watch the chart, what happens, and see. So now, this. Continue on, yeah, okay. Let's just leave it there, and I can stop it at any point. Whoa. Okay. Black tea is coming. Now we're in black tea territory. And I need to start this one again. Set the timer, start the machine, and stop. I don't see the leaves. Okay, it's going up. Still going up. We have hit level 3 quality on this. It's very bitter, but I don't care if it sells well. So let's continue. Still going up ever so slightly. And now we need to stop the oxidation. This is going to be too much otherwise. Alright, we got a lot of flavor out of it. It's still rising though, so can we go a little bit higher? Can we go a little bit higher? Yeah, we can. And that stops. Okay, that's actually stopped. So stop the machine and put it into the roaster. Here we go. Stop. Pull it over there. 18 kilos remaining. And now we need to bake this shit. Right. I guess we started there. And leaf inspector. This is some old stuff in there. There we have that. It is at 325. Now we need to pull out the remaining 20 more % or so moisture. And let's go. Okay. It's losing some substances there, but not much quality, it seems. No, it's losing some of the these are the aromatics, right? So it's being boiled off. And that sucks. But nothing you can do against that. And that's why the Oolong people start to despise this one. It's just bitter shit now. So, but it's getting close to being sellable. Let's continue on. 6 kilos remaining. 5 kilos. And there we go. 4 kilos of beautiful 3-star black tea. And I wonder if this matches any kind of profile that they wanted. I doubt it. The black tea first. No. 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 This is just like do whatever. I think it matches this one. No. Yeah, bittersweet. No. It's just way out there. We have. It doesn't show the numbers. That's definitely something that needs to be added. It's a little bit sweet. I wonder what we could have done to get the sweetness out better. There's probably some kind of process to it or some nuance to it that we did not do that would have worked out this kind of flavor. But yeah, it is a somewhat pleasant tea to drink. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we succeeded in this. So now, 4 kilos of almost mediocre tea. Oh, that's amazing. We do get $245 for it. Okay, yeah. I guess we're going to sell it then. We first check here. Black tea. Compare the tea to... How did you do this? Like this. And then stop the machine. Then go here. Black tea. Compare the tea. Yeah, that's our profile. Oh, here now you see. Oh, man! Now that's a fucking bitter tea. It's awful. But it's also quite fruity and floral. Oh, yes. Okay, compared. And it is passed as a match. Good. Well, that means we can now go to sell it. We have completed the first, two of the first tasks. And I have no clue how we are going to accomplish this. Sweet 0.02, bitter 0.2. Well, we're way beyond that, but I don't quite know how to best read these graphs just yet in terms of what the numbers mean. If it's relative at scale, but then why isn't this like 1 and these are half? Yeah, I don't know. But we are now going to select this tea, and we are rich. We have basically been able to, with this tea, we're able to pay the workers for like almost a week. Something tells me that we are slowly on the way to bankruptcy here. But we're going to sell this tea, and we are going to be very proud indeed. And I think this is this suffices as a first episode on the new version. I'm very intrigued to see what is going on with the rest of it, what is in there and what is to come. So I'm going to probably play a little more of this, and until we wait again for some more updates, and then jump into it again when it's closer to completion. And in the meantime, I'm actually in contact with the developer and provide some feedback here and there. And it seems to be helping. Already quite a few changes in this version that were not in the very first test version of the of this new build that I got. So cool stuff. Looking forward to it, and I hope you enjoyed, and enjoy a good cup of tea. Not mine, please, because that's a fucking death sentence. Alright, hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.